Vandeham Siguro Sijutapadakam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Shagrajatam Sri Rupam Shagrajatam Shahagana Raghunatha Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Sabadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Shahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitam Namo Yom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutan Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatto Deshotani Gaurang Vaikagati Brajasikamati Sri Gauradhamasthiti Satchastraikavriti Kusanga Viratir Dustadvyatha Niskriti Sri Rupai Karati Sanatananati Sri Jivate Jastati Sri Siddhanta Saraswati Vijayati Gauri Agashti Pati Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. All glories to Srila Swami Prabhupada. I offer my most respectful obeisance unto His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ji Maharaj, my Guru Maharaj Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj, Jai Srila Bhakti Lalita Madhav Goswami Maharaj, Bhakti Pramod Pri Goswami, and Shaparsha Jagadguru Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Srila Prabhupada, and humbly pray for all their divine grace, mercy be bestowed upon me, bestowed upon all of you. And naturally, I feel myself very fortunate and blessed, so happy to be able to be here in this beautiful Krishna temple, which manifested through His Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ji Maharaj. We are so grateful. We are immensely grateful to His Divine Grace for His most wonderful transcendental devotional service to their lordships. So I feel so blessed to be able in this temple and pay my respectful obeisance to His Divine Grace, to the beautiful temple deities, so Gauranitai, Jagannath Dev, Subhadra, Baladev Ju, Sudarshan Maharaj. All glories to the assembled devotees. So nice. So, today is also a very auspicious day of Haribashara Tithi, Ekadasi Tithi. So today, the title, the name of Ekadasi Tithi is Varuthini Ekadasi. So, we often, as we read the Ekadasi Mahattam, as we go through, read the glories, all different Ekadasi Brata, we find, as Lord Krishna speaking to Yudhishthira, was describing about all the glories of different Ekadasis. So something very common and essential of the glories of all Ekadasis is that if we all engage, if we all sincerely engage in observing the Ekadasi Vratam with all adherence and devotion, then we become gainer. We become greatly gainer. So, our final gain, the topmost gain, highest gain we can have by observing Ekadasi Vrata sincerely is to receive the mercy, to receive the mercy of the Supreme Lord, mercy of Divine Couple and Sriman Mahaprabhu. And in other words, we become so much blessed with their mercy. And by accumulating the virtues, divine merits through, by performing, observing Ekadasi Vrata, ultimately, we are blessed with an eternal, loving, devotional service to the Divine Couple, Mahaprabhu, by the grace of Gaura Nityananda Prabhu, Jagannath, Subhadra, Baladev, none different from Krishna. So the ultimate result, the real result, the real super excellent benefits, what we receive, what we can obtain by performing Ekadasi Vrata is receiving the divine grace, benevolent grace or mercy of the Supreme Lord, as well as being finally blessed with their eternal loving devotional service. Okay? That is the main goal, main purpose of doing Ekadasi. Besides, we also find Lord Krishna also describes, graciously, kindly describes about even all the different material gains, some worldly virtuous gains, okay, some worldly achievement, virtuous, not lower class of achievements, but a higher class of worldly achievements also, besides the topmost achievement, attainment of our life, receiving the fulfillment of having, being blessed with the devotional service to the Lord. So why? We have to understand. Question may arise, why Lord Krishna also has spoken about having some worldly, nice worldly achievements in the mode of goodness and all. Primarily to be attracting the conditioned jiva souls, to be attracting and motivating the more materially oriented people, worldly people, also to engage in performing, doing Ekadasi Vrata. Because Lord is very compassionate. He understands there are many conditioned jiva souls in this world, are more materially attached, materially oriented, materially attached. They are living a materially attached life. So, when they come to know about my promise, that when they also sincerely engage in doing this Ekadasi Vrata respectfully, we observing Ekadasi Vrata, then not only high spiritual gain, even during this lifetime, they can be also receiving some great high-class material gains, virtuous material gains, okay, even in this worldly lifestyle. And we also know by common sense we also understand that observing Ekadasi Brata twice in a month also very good for health, also very beneficial for upkeepment or maintenance of good health for one and all. There is no doubt about this. Performing Ekadasi Brata in the mode of goodness. Such Brata cannot be performed, observed in the mode of material passion or ignorance or any lower class consciousness. But this can only be observed, must be performed, being situated in the mode of pure goodness, which is close to Krishna consciousness, which relates us closely to the life of Krishna consciousness. So, and also, Lord promises, Krishna clearly narrates, describes, and in order to narrating the great glories of Ekadasi, he also mentions, I'm talking about all the common qualities, common great qualities and benedictions received through Ekadasi Brata. That other one, that it removes our sinful karma, removes or destroys our sinful karma which we are always, and the jiva souls in this material world, always accumulating by knowingly, in a known way or unknown way, knowingly or unknowingly. So, because the kind of world, the kind of material world we are living in is the mixture of good and bad, good and evil. So, as we can engage in many good activities, high class good activities, we also knowingly or unknowingly are engaging in some bad activities and some bad karma also coming. So all the sinful karma, action and reactions from our past lives activities also during this present life become removed, become destroyed by respectfully engaging in performing this Ekadasi Brata. It actually happens. See, our enlightened faith, deep and enlightened faith in the words of the Supreme Lord, in the words of the Shastra pure devotees, one of the main keys to the success, one of the main keys to the higher success in life divine, higher spiritual life divine. So, what Lord Krishna described, what the pure devotee, what glories, qualities, great qualities and glories of the Ekadasi Brata described by Supreme Lord and the pure devotees, realized souls, are very true. Okay, they're truly real. But one has to perform Ekadasi Brata with the best of sincerity and purely as much as possible. That is the key. Okay? We have to be performing with the best of our sincerity, best of our ability, with genuine respect and faith. Then all these good results come in our life. But if we just simply be observing in a just formal way, dry way, casual way, okay, without chanting holy names of the Lord, then we are not observing properly. Then the good results, okay, do not come according to expectation. Still the good results come, good effects come, but in a small way, by small quantity and quality. Okay, it doesn't go in vain. anyhow we observe Ekadashi Brata anyway with some sincerity, cannot go in vain. It will certainly bring some beneficial results, okay, visibly, invisibly. But when we can be performing this Ekadashi Brata with the full of sincerity, the best of our sincerity, being so full of respect and devotion, okay, believing, having full faith in the words of Lord and the pure devotees about Ekadashi Brata, then we definitely receive great results. Great results, very beneficial results of whatever Lord Krishna described. So back to the point, by engaging in doing Ekadashi Brata faithfully, very respectfully, we can also do away with many of our, with all of our sinful karma, action and reactions this way. And we also become so much rewarded and blessed with the lives, living, with the opportunity of living, opportunities, great scopes of living our lives on the higher planets, the heavenly planets, as a result, accumulated by performing Ekadashi Brata respectfully and faithfully. Question may arise, why we do not experience, why we do not directly experience the good results and benefits we are receiving from doing Ekadashi Brata? Well, we do not experience many things directly all the time in our lives, even in our material, in our conventional material life, okay, normal or worldly life. We do not always directly perceive everything, but still it happens. See, like after sickness, while we start recovering our health, so recovery of the health already started, but it takes some time to come up to the surface of our experience. So when it comes to the surface of experience, then only we can directly understand and realize, okay, I am getting back my health. Now I am becoming healthy, more and more healthy, getting back my health after sickness. Even the sickness also starts at some point invisible, in a non-experienced state. Okay, we're living in a healthy life, just we're leading a healthy life, normal healthy life. Some ways of sickness, okay, the sickness some way just started. We don't realize about it in the beginning, at the starting point. I repeat, in the beginning, I'm giving some negative example. Example of the health is a positive example. Also, example of sickness, negative example. So, see, we are going on in a normal, healthy way. Sickness starts. At the starting point, we don't directly experience it. But when it comes up certain surface, body cannot fight it out. Okay, so it comes on this certain level of our perception, then only we can perceive, oh, I have got sick. Not at the starting point, although it's happening. Like after sickness, recovery of the health, also similar way. Okay, at the very starting point after sickness, we don't realize we are immediately healthy, but it's happening similar way. When we start accumulating the higher spiritual virtues, great spiritual virtues and merits, by doing Ekadashi Brata in a very subtle, slow but steady way, we may not immediately realize, but still it's happening. Many things are happening, okay, in our life. We don't directly experience because our range of perception is so limited. We cannot experience anything below that level, below that range and beyond it. like ultrasonic sound, subsonic sound. We cannot directly hear. Like, if the light becomes too much, we don't see. If light becomes too low, we don't see. So we always perceive things within a limited range of perception. Okay, we cannot know beyond it or below it. So we do not directly understand or perceive or experience doesn't mean that it's not happening. There's so much of the truths in this infinite universe. So much truth. So many types of truths in innumerable dimensions. So much of the truth in this infinite universal creation unknown by us. Okay. So the amount, the quantity of the truth in the whole infinite creation, okay, in the whole infinite creation of the Lord, the truth, amount, quality of the quantity or amount of the truth unknown by us is much greater by the amount or quantity of the truth known by us. We understand that by simple common sense. So, why I am explaining this? Something we don't directly understand always, direct experience doesn't necessarily mean it's not happening, it's not truth. There are different frequencies, light frequencies, sound frequencies. We cannot directly perceive through our senses. We need some help of mechanism to be in tune to that frequency, and then we understand it's happening. So there are different subtle truths. This subtle reality is all working on different dimensions, but we cannot directly understand or experience due to the limit, due to the limit of the range of our ability of perception, experience. Why I am explaining about this? Because many people think, oh, it's just belief system. We are doing so much service and doing Ekadasi Brata, respectfully doing, nothing is happening, I don't experience anything tangible. The great realized souls say, don't lose patience. Whether or not you are directly experiencing due to your limited ability, still it has started. Good things already started happening in a subtle way, fine way in your life. So Ekadasi Brata, so we must believe in this, that while we are sincerely absorbed, sincerely engaged, while we are respectfully engaged, devotionally engaged in observing Ekadasi Brata, the good results, good spiritual merits must be accumulated. It immediately begins to be accumulated in a fine way, subtle way. At some point it will come on the surface of our realization, at some moments of our life divine, at some point of our cultivation of life divine, devotional life, it will definitely come on the surface of experience and realization that I have received such and such high spiritual merits, such higher spiritual merits, virtues, by doing the Ekadasi Vratam. And those accumulated sukritis, accumulated virtues, divine virtues will come to help us so much in spiritual life, in the life of spiritual advancement, in the higher spiritual life of divine advancement. Also it can be helpful. Those merits can be helpful to have some high-class objective gains, worldly gains also. It works both ways. Tapasya, great yogis, muni, rishi, yogis from the ancient time, engaged in tapasya, holy austerity, holy penance. They are very realized souls, they are very knowledgeable, wise persons. They are not foolish people to be doing so much sacrifice for nothing. So they are very, very knowledgeable, wise souls, wise persons. So they engaged in tapasya to receive higher virtues, spiritual virtues, mostly spiritual virtues, spiritual merits, which cannot always be experienced through objective way. It has to be experienced through higher subjective manners, subjective ways, spiritual ways. Spiritual achievements may not be understood, cannot be understood through material ways. Spiritual achievements must be understood by spiritual way. Anyway, so much to speak about. Just discuss about some practical points. So, Varuthini Ekadasi. Do you have any book on the Ekadasi Mahatma? Any book is translated into English?
No.
Okay. So, Haribashara Tithi. Ekadasi in some other, another name known as Haribashara Tithi. Haribashara Tithi means the special Tithi in which Lord Hari specially dwells. Lord Hari is present in a very special way. We find devotees realize a very special presence of the Lord Hari and his special likings in this Ekadashi Brata, on this Tithi. So therefore, we principally engage in observing Brata, performing Brata, finally for the pleasure of Lord Hari, for the satisfaction of Lord Hari, to please him. If we can please Lord Hari by our dedication, by such way of dedication, by observing, performing Ekadashi Brata, then we'll be receiving so much. Even we can please Lord Hari a little bit by our all sincere devotion, sincerely observing Ekadashi Brata, we'll be receiving so much divine gain, receiving so much blessings and divine grace of Lord Hari, and so much development, so much divine benefits, gain can happen that way. If we can receive even a glimpse of the causeless mercy of the Lord Hari, we cannot imagine how much blessed we can become in our life. It's not a belief system, it's a belief, it's some truth which is self-evident. Truth. It's enlightened, not blind belief system, but the enlightened belief system, which is the belief system which is based on truth, based on the reality. So, and it's so good for the health. Even some people want to be observing Ekadashi Brata in a materially being motivated by being health conscious. It is even so good for the health. Abstaining from all kinds of grains and everything, and preferably fasting as much as possible. If not possible, only eating non-grain things, fruits. You all know fruits. Some of the vegetables, especially fruits, roots, water, milk products can be. But those who can be doing it by fasting, more beneficial. If not able, not necessary, but which is all important to be performing, to be observing on the day of Ekadashi, to be observing the Ekadashi Brata is to be engaging in lots of chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantram and other devotional songs, engaging in devotional services, hearing Krishna Katha, hearing and speaking about Krishna Katha. So that will be the main motto. Those who are not able to be fasting, they don't need to fast. Anukalpa have been allowed. Anukalpa, Ekadashi, Prasadam have been allowed. So you eat, but then engage in devotional service activities. Engage in chanting, singing the holy names, engage in speaking, narrating the glories of Lord Hari, and allowing others, letting others be hearing the same glories of the Lord Hari. These are the main important principles. The main motto, our main motto our aims to be observing Ekadashi Vrata, Hari Bashar. Not that sometimes we find devotees are so fasting and getting weak and laying down, cannot be engaging in devotional service, cannot be engaged in chanting holy names just because of fasting became so weak. Then it is not. That is not desirable. That kind of fast is not desirable. On the day of Ekadashi, on every Ekadashi day, each and every Ekadashi day, when we can engage in our quality, can engage in chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantram by quantity as well as quality, both, then we can receive so much higher benefits, higher spiritual virtues, blessings, grace, no doubt about it. Since Lord Hari is especially attached with this day, with this tithi, Ekadashi Vrata is called Hari Bashar, where Lord Hari is living, especially dwelling, special presence is there. And especially while we are engaging in observing Ekadashi Vrata through Savanam and Kirtanam, by hearing and chanting, singing the glories of Lord Hari, devotional songs of Lord Hari, while engaging also in devotional services, we receive so much higher gain, divine gain. By faithfully doing Ekadashi Vrata, we can be liberated within one lifetime, promised, described by Lord Krishna, by Lord Hari himself. We do not have to be waiting for many lifetimes. Even within one lifetime, we can be liberated and go to the abode of Krishna, Goloka Vrindavana. That is quite possible. So, and that is the highest result, faithfully observing Ekadashi Vrata. Now, besides that, you spoke about another subject, wanted me to speak.
It's okay, Maharaj, it's 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita.
11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita.
But I think we have 10 minutes, so we can do some kirtan as you want.
Okay, for 5 minutes, let me speak on that.
Sure.
Okay. For 5 minutes, let me have some special pleasure, special happiness of relating to the world of Bhagavad Gita, connecting. Although it's 11th chapter, I feel more inspired speaking from connecting to 10th chapter, 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. See, the verses like Macchitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nittam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Beautiful verse. This statue from Dvadasha Adhyaya. Mayeva manoadhatsha mai buddhing niveshaya nivasishyashi mayeva ato urdham nasamshaya ato chittam samadhatum nasapnushi mai sthiram abhasa yogena tato mamichhaptum dhananjaya abhasekpa samarthoshi matkarmo paramo bhava madarthamapi karmani kudvan siddhim avapsasi. Other verse, manmana bhava madbhakta madyaji mam namasku Mame Vaishyashi Sattanti Pratijani Priyoshime. All these beautiful verses. If I go into the world of the explanation of these verses, it will take time. So today is this special day of engaging, of relating to the Supreme Lord Hari through pure devotion, Ekadashi day. So in that relationship I am chanting the verses which are all connected to bhakti. Directly connected to the bhakti. See, we all know, most remarkable thing is that by the end of each chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which is finally promoted, bhakti, none other than bhakti. On the top of all karma yoga, ultimately on the top of all on the head, top or head of all karma yoga, all jnana yoga, or yoga. Okay, Lord Krishna placed, established the glory of bhakti. Glory of bhakti. So, that's what we find. Then, Bhakti Yoga is there in the middle, almost 12th chapter. Central capital, central treasure, the Adashodhaya. Almost in the central position. And there Lord Krishna, so beautifully, so lovingly, beautifully, describing about the glory of pure loving devotion unto Him, which is the culmination of all our attainment, which is the samambonam, super excellent nectarian achievement, super excellent ambrosial achievement of our life, with all divine fulfillments. That is Bhakti Yoga. Time is up. Okay. Bhakti Yoga, in other words, means prema. Ultimately, Bhakti Yoga is culminating in the prema, Radha Krishna prema. In other words, ecstatic loving devotion, blissful loving devotion. That is prema. Today is one of the most essential days to be engaged in that Bhakti Yoga. Today is very good day. Today is a very special day also to be engaging in reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, specifically those chapters, glorifying, narrating the glories of Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Prema. And Lord Hari will be so pleased, no doubt about it.